Hello everyone, welcome back to the TechniMentalist channel. This is episode 7 of Journey to Financial Freedom. I plan on keeping this one quite short because I do have a busy week here, but I figured I'd get a little portfolio update out today and talk about some of the news I've seen recently. If you haven't yet, make sure to go check us out and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'll place the link to those profiles down below. We are very active on Twitter and Instagram, posting news articles and stock updates multiple times throughout the day. Let's take a look at the YouTube portfolio. As you can see, we're sitting at $7,540 according to ShareSite. Although my broker does have me listed at $7,700, there's a bit of a difference just from the way I put it in as well as the way they calculate currency gains on this website. I'm still happy with where the portfolio is sitting at. I know I had put out tweets saying it had been above $9,000, and then last video we were sitting at around $8,000, and it has since pulled back to just under $8,000, which is fine by me because I know that it had made an amazing run, and a pullback is fine. We're still sitting at a great total return of over 140%, which is amazing considering I just opened this portfolio in the middle of October 2020. One lesson that I wanted to teach some of the newer investors that watch this channel is just to have patience in your portfolio. You won't always see your stocks going up every single day. There will be days where it pulls back, maybe even weeks where it pulls back. And for me, I personally use that time to add to my positions if I think the stocks are still at an attractive price. So if you compare this video to last video, you'll see that I had increased my position in Kraken Robotics. I added some more shares. This was the plan all along. I had mentioned in previous videos I was looking to keep adding to Kraken, and as I got $100 more, I funneled it into there because they were on a dip. So if your strategy is long-term investing and you're looking to grow your capital over many years, you should remain patient with your holdings. As I've shown the viewers through this series, we've taken a look at a lot of these companies that I hold, and that in-depth review lets me know a lot about the company and makes me comfortable with putting my money into an investment in those securities. So for me, this is why I have no issues at all with holding these stocks through the dips. And as mentioned, we are still up quite a bit, which is impressive for the short time frame that this portfolio has been open for. Now let's get into some news that's happened this week. I'm sure we've all heard about GameStop. I've already made a video about GameStop in the previous episode to this series, but everyone is talking about it. It's all over the news. Even my mom contacted me asking me what's going on with this stock. Check out the previous video if you don't know what happened with GameStop, but I'm sure we all know by now what has gone on over there. But today we're going to be talking about some news with Robinhood, the broker I'm sure that everyone has heard of, and how they restricted trading for GameStop. For those of you who don't know, Robinhood is where most of the retail investors were purchasing the shares and driving up the price of GameStop. And last week they had restricted trading on the stock, only allowing people to sell positions or purchase minimal shares, which left retail investors hopeless as the stock price continued to decline the following day. So there has been a class action lawsuit filed against Robinhood for these actions. They also limited the trading of other stocks, which you could see in this list here. This lawsuit claims that Robinhood's actions rigged the market against its customers, which if you don't know the whole story of GameStop, it was pretty much a battle between the little guys, the retail investors, versus the hedge funds and the big investors on Wall Street. I personally have an issue with these actions. I don't use Robinhood as a broker, but I do use a different broker, obviously, and there's a certain level of trust that's established between the broker and the retail investor. As those of you in the market know, these are your excess hard-earned dollars that you've managed to put away into an investment, and your broker is supposed to be on your side. So when they're limiting trades where a lot of people have positions in and the stock price is continuing to decline, leaving you with only one option, and that is to sell, there will be some people that are selling at a loss and they have no other choice but to get rid of their shares. So personally for me, I think this was a shady move by Robinhood, and it will take a while for them to earn the trust back of a lot of their retail investors. And watching some of the interviews with the CEO of Robinhood, I was not impressed with his level of shadiness, and it just seemed like he was coming off as being dishonest, which just makes this whole situation even worse. On top of that, we can see there is a bit of a suspicious relationship between Robinhood and this firm Citadel Securities. So we all know that Robinhood had halting the trading of GameStop as well as some of these other stocks here. There are a lot of users of Reddit and Twitter who are very upset with Robinhood for caving to the Wall Street pressure to halt the trading and to deny more retail investors to buy the stock. For this article, it's important to note that Robinhood does make a large amount of revenues from Citadel Securities. And if we scroll down here, we can see that Citadel LLC, which is a separate hedge fund owned by the CEO of Citadel Securities, helped bail out Melvin Capital, who lost a lot of money after they took a short position in GameStop. So this is a bit of a shady connection, as Citadel does account for a large part of Robinhood's revenues, and they helped to inject capital into Melvin after this GameStop catastrophe. Melvin Capital actually lost 53% of its value in this whole GameStop frenzy after their short position had gone totally wrong. So this leaves us wondering what is going on between this connection with Melvin and Citadel as well as Robinhood. Some more news from Robinhood. We saw that the CEO was called to Capitol Hill to testify just due to this whole restriction of trading. We see that people are upset here because this restriction sort of seemed like they were limiting the powers of the retail investors to drive up the stock price and more siding with the hedge funds and short sellers of GameStop stock. And we could see that a member of the United States government is demanding that we know more about Robinhood's involvement and restriction in this scenario. Personally, I've watched the interviews with the CEO of Robinhood, who is named Vlad Tenev. I've seen him also interview with Elon Musk, and he seems to just avoid the questions and never takes responsibility for his actions. So I think something really strange is going on here. I would not trust Robinhood at all with my money. I'm lucky to have a different broker, but if they are halting the trading and causing their own customers to lose some capital in their positions, leaving them with no course of action, it's just not good for the business of a broker, and I'm personally not impressed with the actions of Robinhood, who is supposed to be for the people, for the little guy and the small retail investors. And here's another announcement that just came out within the last hour. Jeff Bezos, who was the CEO of Amazon, is going to step down and be replaced by the Amazon warehouse chief, Andy Jassy. This is set to take place in the third quarter of 21, but Bezos will be transitioning to the executive chair of the company, so it's not like he's just walking away from Amazon. He'll still be there behind the scenes helping out and guiding the company. Bezos reiterated his confidence in Andy, as well as mentioned that he will be focusing his energy and attention to new products and new initiatives for Amazon as a company. He also said being the CEO of Amazon is very demanding. It takes up a lot of your time. Obviously, this is one of the biggest companies in the entire world. So I don't blame Jeff Bezos for stepping down. He has run this company for nearly 24 years, and he will be using the time and energy to focus on his day one fund, the Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin, which is a competitor to SpaceX, as well as the Washington Post and his other passions. Personally, I don't see this as being too radical of a change for Amazon. I don't think the stock price will crash or anything. Their management team is excellent at that company and interchangeable. Although Jeff Bezos has been guiding it from the beginning, I think Amazon will continue to be a strong company and dominate the e-commerce market as well as many other sectors. Well, that does it for today's video, guys. I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. I'll probably provide another update next Monday on the portfolio and talk about some news going on within the market. As always, this isn't investment advice. It's just my own personal opinion for why I make my portfolio selections and financial decisions. Thank you for watching till the end. Make sure you go check us out on Twitter, and this has been my journey to financial freedom.